Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. Today I am finally doing my bookshelf tour. I'm not exactly sure how all this is going to work out, but I'm going to try my best and hopefully this will come out better than I'm currently expecting it to. So stick around because I've just given this video a glowing review. So I'm just going to start with the shelves and just kind of show you what I've got going on. My bookshelf, as I'm sure you know at this point, is color coordinated. I started with black, brown, gray, white, and gold, and all of those kind of colors, the neutrals. Then moved into colors. We've got the yellow, pink, purple, red, then into orange, blue, and then down in the bottom is green, and on the bottom shelf I finish off the green, and I've got my Norton anthologies that I've kept and some like cookbooks and that kind of stuff. Let me start with the bookshelf itself. I got this from IKEA. It's maybe the Bailey bookshelf. That sounds right, but my memory is not good enough to trust. I will try to remember to look it up and link it in the description. I will say it's a fairly good bookshelf. I mean, it's, you know, not very expensive, so it's not going to be super perfect, but I will say, like, this shelf has now come off, I think, twice now, and it's still broken. I need to fix it again, and like, I think the side is obviously coming out a little bit. So it's like pretty good if you're planning to have like a major bookshelf where you've got a ton of books on your shelf. Maybe this isn't the right one. I need to take some, I mean, I've got a lot of like heavier books on this shelf, so part of that could be my thing. But if you're also looking for a bookshelf that's a little bit more decorative than practical, then this is a good one. It holds up pretty nicely, like the rest of the shelves have stayed on. So just some forewarning there, this shelf is not really sticking with it. I'm not really sure if I'm supposed to go through all of the books on my shelf. I feel like that's a weird thing to do and it'll take too long. I feel like that's gonna be too much. So I will go through and highlight some. I've got The Great Gatsby here, which I really like this cover of it. I just thought that was super fun. Oops. I've got Joseph Campbell, Hero with a Thousand Faces, which my uncle got me for Christmas a few years ago, and I still have not actually finished the whole thing. I've like gone in phases with this, so I need to go back and like do a full read of it. It's been such a great book. I've obviously got all my Pride and Prejudice. I've got a few copies of that. Jane Eyre, which is a great book. If anybody here has never heard of the Lunar Chronicles by Marissa Meyer, great series. Love it very much. I've read it, I think, all the way through twice. I've also gotten a friend hooked on it, so that's a great series if you haven't read that. This is another good one. This one is called Crank by Ellen Hopkins. It's so interesting because it's actually, like, it's a narrative, it follows a narrative, but it's all written in poetry. I don't know if you can see that. It's all poetry rather than just like how a normal book is written, which was so interesting and so fun. I read it so quick. That focus is way off now. So this one was so fun. Well, I mean, the topic wasn't fun. It's a dark, it's drug addiction and all sorts of stuff. It was heavy, but it was really interesting and fun as a writer and a reader to like experience that form of storytelling. But fair warning, it's a dark book. Like, lots goes wrong. So I guess I'll just go shelf by shelf and show you. So those are some of the fun books on that shelf. I've got a hot take for this shelf. got Gone Girl. I don't know if anybody else read Gone Girl. I tried to read it, and I know how much everybody loved the movie, and I just couldn't get through the book. As I was reading it, I felt like it should have been a movie. I haven't watched the movie yet. I need to get around to doing that to see. But as I was reading it, I personally just felt like it felt like I should be watching a movie, not reading a book. I don't know, it was weird. So I'm curious if anybody else felt similarly when reading that book. So let me know. Then I'll show you some of the stuff that I have on here. I've got lots of these, what do you call them? That might say on there. I don't remember what those are called, but you know, the things all over. So I've got, you know, Maleficent, I've got Hermione, I've got, what's the deer's name? Bambi. I also have this little elephant. I don't know where I got this. I think I just saw it one day, and I really like elephants. And it says, always remember you are loved. Just a cute little thing with a fake plant. And then I also just have this vase from some flowers that my parents got me when I moved in last year. Or 2 years ago? I don't even know at this point. So my second shelf, I've got my browns, grays, and whites. I got this at a garage sale when I was up visiting my grandma and her partner. So this is Angelo's Poems, and it's quite an old book, as you can see, and I just thought that it was super cute and cool, and so I definitely want to at one point go through and just see the kind of stuff in here. And I've also got, you know, we've got a Percy Jackson series book, of course. Another Pride and Prejudice, 2 different Les Mis books. Anything else super interesting? I really like Slaughterhouse-5. I had to read that for a class once. Test of the D'Urbervilles. What If was really interesting. It's like this book of random weird scientific questions and like real answers. So it would be like, what if another asteroid hit Earth like it did with the dinosaurs today? Like, what would happen? And he actually goes through and like explains what would happen. It's like a little Hank Green-esque, you know? Like, I feel like Hank Green could write a book like that and it would be the same kind of vibes. So that one was really good. I've got Stephen King on Writing, another Great Gatsby. I have Lolita. I tried to read it once and couldn't really get to it, which I don't think I'm so mad about. I've got a Harry Potter. This isn't the same brand as whatever these are called, just a different one. I've got a Moana, I've got a Wall-E, I've got Simba and Pumbaa? Yeah, I think Pumbaa. And then I just got this little Buddha that I think my aunt had it, gave it to my mom, got to me. Then for the third shelf, yeah, you can see that. I've got my yellows. It's another Slaughterhouse-5 copy. Some of the ones that I have doubles of, like, I have my mom's books from, like, high school, so I've got some of those in here. I've got anything else interesting? Anna and the French Kiss. This was another great series. It's Anna and the French Kiss, Lola and the Boy Next Door. What is that one? Lola and the Boy Next Door, and then Isla and the Happily Ever After. If you haven't read those, another great series. Let's see. This is Glass. This is another book from that same author of Crank. I have not read this yet. We've got some Percy Jackson, Rick Riordan, all of those. Anything else interesting here? The 5 People You Meet in Heaven, that was interesting. I read that in high school for one of my classes. My best friend got me the Da Vinci Code for one birthday, and I still haven't read it because I'm not the very good friend, apparently. But I will get to it because I need to, and I know it's really good. I've got Rapunzel and Pascal. It comes off separately. Some bookmarks from the Harry Potter universe. I think one of them is in a book, but I've got Lupin, I've got Snape, and I've got Dumbledore. Then another elephant that I got on a trip to Jamaica with my grandma. And I've got a little keychain Moana. And I also have this rock that I found outside of work one day, and it just is painted and it says, I am enough. And apparently they have like a Facebook group about it and leaving rocks places. This was years ago that I found that. Okay, so for this shelf, I have, let's see, anything interesting here? The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. You can't even see me. The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck, that was a nice one to read. I have Writer's Guide to Character Traits, which my professor recommended. Still haven't read it, but I really need to because apparently it's going to be really helpful. Yeah, I think those are some of the most interesting ones on there. Oh, I also have this other book. It's hard to kind of see. It says Good Night Stories for Rebel Girls, and that's really cute. If you have daughters or nieces or just young girls in your life that are like, still growing up, I think that's a really good book. It's all about just female role models, so it's just got all these different women and telling their stories and treating them like these strong women that we don't tend to see, unfortunately. So that was a great one. As far as decorations on this shelf, I have this tree, this like Christmassy kind of decoration tree that I bought around the holidays at Target when I was still up in my apartment, and just never really had somewhere that I felt like could put it, so I just kind of threw it on here. I've got another Harry Potter. Yeah, that's Harry. Yeah, another Harry Potter. I've got a little rock from my grandma that just says strength. I've got, another Pumbaa. And if this is, I'm pretty sure this is Pumbaa. If it's Timon, you can yell at me in the comments. I earned it. So I'm pretty sure it's Pumbaa. And I've got Jack Skellington. And just a picture of my cousin and I. Okay, and then let's get to the final shelf. Here, I've got the exact same Jack Skellington twice because I think me and my sister both got one and then she didn't end up really using it, so I was like, I'll just put it on my bookshelf. As far as books down here, I've got Fault in Our Stars, I've got Jodi Picoult, My Sister's Keeper. This one I try to read at least, I used to read it once a year, now less. As I've gotten out of like reading regularly, it's been less, but this one makes me sob like a baby every time. It's phenomenal and so heart-wrenching. Everything is Fucked, a book about hope. If you want to know how I feel about that, there's a book review on my channel. It's one of my first videos. Anything else interesting here? I think that's okay for now. Then I've got Luna Lovegood, one of my faves. I have Katniss Everdeen. This is also one of my sisters. She really likes Hunger Games. And then I've got a little, Then I've got a little Reading Buddha. And the last shelf I could show you, but it would just be difficult to actually show it. I've got a few more books down here. Then it's mainly anthologies. I've got then some kind of more, I've got some more like bedside books or bigger books that don't really fit on the other shelves. So I've got a prompts book. I've got an astrology book, Screenwriter's Bible. I even have just like a Catacombs of Paris book that I bought while I was there. So that is my bookshelf. I also have some more books. Let's see, can you see? Right here. Because I ran out of room on here and I've already got one shelf breaking, so I don't need to push my luck. If that was interesting, let me know. I hope that that wasn't really boring and annoying. I tried to do the best I could with that. If there are any other videos you'd like to see, please let me know. And I will see you guys next week. Bye!